Have you ever wondered how an organization can achieve success? One reason is effective project management. Project management guides a project from start to finish. It uses skills, tools, and techniques to plan, execute, monitor, and complete projects within their time frame. It ensures that a team's work aligns with SMART goals and meets the criteria for success within given constraints. It helps to transform ideas into tangible results, driving business growth and innovation. But how can an organization achieve successful project management? First is to understand its life cycle. So what is a project life cycle? It is a 5-phase framework project managers use to guide their projects to completion. It outlines all project stages from inception to final implementation and describes what the team must achieve during each phase. It includes 5 main stages or phases, which are initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closure. In the initiation phase, the project scope, cost, feasibility, goals, timeline, and success criteria are defined. In this phase, the project managers first identify what are the needed areas or problems to give focus on before they move on to the next phase. In the planning phase, project managers create a project roadmap or detailed action plan that outlines the tasks needed to complete the project. These may involve project management plan, risk plan, financial plan, resource plan, and other aspects that you have to consider before moving on to the next phase. This will then guide you during the whole implementation process. In the execution phase, you carry out the work to complete the product, service, or result. This means that here, you now start implementing your project. You might also want to ensure your team has all the necessary resources, tools, and instructions. As a project manager, it is your role to tell your team what to do. You must provide a clear direction so that the project will be implemented well and there will be no problem with the implementation. In the monitoring and controlling phase, you monitor the progress and performance of your team and project to identify any deviations from the plan or quality issues so you can make changes accordingly. This means that during the implementation process, you observe what are the changes or improvements of your team. If there arise problems or risks, you should provide solution because if not, it can affect the result of the project. And lastly, in the closure phase, you close the project, sign any outstanding contracts, pay vendors, conduct a post-project review, and identify how to improve next time. This means this is the end of the life cycle wherein you perform final tasks after the accomplishment of the project. You could also provide performance feedbacks that could help your team improve themselves for the next project. If the project life cycle is clearly understood by project managers, it will be easy for them to make progress from beginning up to the end of the cycle. It is also important to use the right tools and methods in accomplishing the project because this will help project managers and their team in creating an outstanding output. There are different types of project life cycle. We have agile model, waterfall model, and iterative model. Let's start first with the agile model. Agile model is more on flexibility and iterative progress. It allows for adjustments and improvements throughout the project. Teams adapt incrementally based on constant feedback. This means that there is a continuous process which is performed by the teams and their performance also improve continuously through the help of customer feedback. Second is waterfall model. From the word waterfall in this model, work flows downward through stages, namely requirements, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. Here, there is no flexibility because you cannot move on to the next phase without accomplishing the first phase. Some examples include manufacturing and construction. And the third one is iterative model. Here, there is a repetitive process. Feedback is also an important aspect to improve the project. Here, the feedback is at the end of the process, unlike in Agile that happens frequently. Why is project lifecycle management important? First, it improves project visibility. If teams are aware of the process, they can see the output clearer and can perform better. Second, better risk management. Teams will be ready when problems arise during the project implementation. Teams might also be able to avoid more problems or risks considering that they plan first before implementing the project. And third, it enhances stakeholder communication. If the project manager provides clearer instructions and updates or informs all team members of what to do, the teams will be able to create better results. Especially that the project lifecycle serves as a guide, this can help the teams to perform their tasks well. What are the challenges in project lifecycle management? 1. Scope creep. This occurs when the project requirements expand what they have planned beforehand. Since they have already planned about the project's process, they might be needing additional resources because of the expansion. 2. Resource constraints. It means that there are limitations on the resources. That is why it is important that there must be a backup plan in case this challenge occurs during the project implementation. And the last one is communication breakdown. Communication is important for a better output. If there is insufficient communication, disagreements, and poor collaboration, it might lead to a poor project result. What to do to avoid these challenges? First, implement clear milestones. The team should have a clear and better project timeline that will serve as their guide in accomplishing the project. You should also include deadlines to avoid any delays. Second, communicate regularly. Teams follow their manager's instructions. That is why it is very important to make sure that they understand the tasks well and that they are informed of what they have to do. And the last one is involve stakeholders. It is also important that you give the teams time to improve themselves. The project will not be achieved well without them. That is why you and the teams must collaborate well with each other. You should also monitor them regularly and provide performance evaluation. So that is all for HR project lifecycle. I hope you learned something. I am Clarence Joy M. Lecaros, and thank you for watching.